Former President Donald Trump has once again ignited tensions with China by doubling down on his tariff policy. In recent speeches and interviews, Trump made it clear that if he returns to office in 2025, he plans to impose even higher tariffs on Chinese goods. His comments have triggered a strong backlash from Chinese officials who described the approach as a mistake upon a mistake. Chinese state media and government spokespeople were quick to respond. A spokesperson from the Chinese Ministry of Commerce stated that Trump's proposals reflect a complete misunderstanding of how global trade works. They warned that repeating the tariff strategy from his first term would not only damage China-US relations but also disrupt global economic stability. During Trump's presidency from 2017 to 2021, his administration launched a sweeping trade war against China. Billions of dollars in tariffs were placed on a wide range of Chinese products, from electronics to agricultural machinery. In response, China imposed its own retaliatory tariffs, especially targeting American farmers and manufacturers. Now, China sees Trump's renewed push as not only counterproductive, but also a continuation of failed policies. An editorial in the Global Times, a newspaper known to reflect official Chinese views, called Trump's plan a step backward for both nations and warned that such actions could trigger new rounds of economic retaliation. According to Chinese analysts, the impact of Trump's previous tariff policies was felt on both sides. While some U.S. industries benefited from temporary protection, many others suffered from higher input costs and supply chain disruptions. In China, exporters adapted by shifting production to other countries or expanding into non-U.S. markets. Chinese officials are also voicing concerns about the broader consequences of another trade conflict. With the global economy still recovering from the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic and ongoing geopolitical instability, many believe that a tariff escalation between the world's two largest economies could cause serious harm. In their words, this isn't just about trade. It's about leadership and responsibility. Beijing argues that mutual respect and cooperation, not confrontation, should define the future of international trade. At the same time, Chinese media is framing Trump's comments as politically motivated. With the 2024 election campaign heating up, there's a belief that Trump is using China as a talking point to energize his base and shift the conversation toward economic nationalism. Chinese commentators have described this as a short-term political move with long-term global consequences. Interestingly, even within the U.S., Trump's tariff stance is being questioned. Some American business leaders, economists, and trade analysts have warned that higher tariffs could worsen inflation, limit consumer choice, and spark further supply chain problems. Others say the policy fails to address the more complex issues in U.S. China economic relations, such as intellectual property and tech competition. For China, the lesson from the last trade war is clear. Prepare for the worst, but continue looking for global partnerships. Since Trump left office, China has deepened trade ties with Europe, Southeast Asia, and African nations. Officials have also focused on boosting domestic consumption to rely less on exports. Still, Chinese leaders aren't dismissing the threat. If Trump returns and carries out his tariff promises, China is likely to respond decisively. Some experts believe this could include retaliatory tariffs, restrictions on U.S. companies operating in China, or diplomatic moves to isolate the U.S. in international trade forums. In short, China's reaction to Trump's latest tariff remarks is clear and strong. They see it as a misguided and dangerous policy. Calling it a mistake upon a mistake, Beijing is sending a message that it's ready to stand its ground, but not without warning of the risks such a move could bring.